So Kev, the visit of Rochdale this weekend, how much, first of all, are you looking forward to this game?
Yeah, I think it's obviously coming up to the last league game of the season. What a long season it's been, and to finally be here, it'd be a good game. Obviously, big crowd in, and to finish at home, which is quite nice. But still wanting to get the result, which is the most important thing.
Yeah, and there is that slim possibility still of a playoff finish, but from your perspective, is it just about concentrating on trying to get performance and the right win to sort of end the season?
Yeah, I think, there's no getting away from waiting to see what results come tonight, to see where we are and what's needed. But we'll always want to win football matches. I don't think that'll ever change. Whatever game we go into, and what's standing on it, and it does dictate a little bit, to be fair, what's going to needed from the game, but we'll be ready for it and prepared as normal.
Yeah, and as you touched on just then as well, there's no denying what a crazy but fantastic season this has been as well on the pitch from everybody in this group of players.
Yeah, I think it seems ages ago that we played Oldham here at home, and the lead up to that and what pre-season looked like for everyone was crackers really, and to go get performance like we did that day, and the stadium not being ready to a few days before, it seems like such a long time ago, but for what these players have done this season, it's you can't give them any more credit than they deserve really, because to be in the position we're in is unbelievable, and they deserve all the credit in the world.
Don't really sort of want to labour the point on what has been sort of the negatives, but is there a tinge of disappointment that what the players have done hasn't or might not be rewarded with a playoff finish, which is what they deserve? Yeah,
without a shadow of a doubt. I think we'd be fourth in the league now. That's a fact. That's not. I can talk about games we've drawn, lost, which every club does, but we've won enough points to be fourth in the league, and that's the marker of where they're at as a team, and that's an unbelievable achievement off the back of what was a disrupted pre-season, only having a full bench come January, and everything else that goes with that behind the scenes, obviously. So huge credit, and it's a fact that 10 points are taken off us.
And as you touched on, it'll be a sold out Roots Hall this weekend, which is no less than what these players deserve, and a big send off, and no matter what happens, it'll be in front of a big crowd, and also shows the potential of the club as well.
Yeah, listen, we've seen it a few times this year when the attendance is dagging with over 8.5. I think there'll be a huge crowd in again, which is credit to everyone at the football club, and I think, as you say, it's whatever happens, I think it's a credit for everyone at the staff and everyone that does a lot of work behind the scenes, that we can get so many people into the ground to watch us on the last day, and it shows the potential of the football club when we eventually get there with the takeover, and everything behind the scenes is run normally and properly like a top professional football club should do, and when that's all in place, then you can see the potential and what can happen here.
Of course, there will be a time and place for talking about signings and that sort of thing and whatnot, but that point about a sold out Roots Hall, that's a bit of a selling point, isn't it, for when it comes to sort of recruiting players, isn't it? And players would want to come to this club.
Yeah, I believe so. I think you look at us at this level, you look at Rochdale, very similar club that have had a lot of league experience, a lot of know-how from that point of view, and have come down into this league, and they're always big clubs. They're good football clubs and proper football clubs that have been around a long time, and I think that'll always have a good marker for players that want to come and play for them, and I think we do that with the number of people we get through the door, the type of club and size of club we can be, once we get everything right. I'm sure we'll play a part even when we want to sign players.
Have you been keeping an eye on the other results this week? Will you be watching tonight, or are you trying to just block it all out?
Yeah, I think it's impossible, isn't it, not to check your phone and watch a game. I think my lad's got football tonight, so I've got to do the football run, and I'll have my phone on watching that or watching the results come in. It's because it makes a difference, obviously, but it's out of your control, and what we can do is make sure we prepare right and are ready for a tough game Saturday.
If there was one word to describe this season, what word would you use?
Wow. Yeah, maybe that. Yeah. Wow, yeah.
In good and bad
Yeah,
days.
absolutely. Yeah, I don't think there is. We've talked about it before, haven't we? And having time to go away and reflect, because even now we're still feeling like there's something to play for, obviously. And fingers crossed we can take it to the last game, which would be an amazing achievement, obviously. But yeah, what word? It depends on what week you probably speak to me, doesn't it? What week we like? Is there something good happening? Is there not? So unprecedented, and like to finish where we are, or to be in a position we are, I don't think we'll be underestimated. Maybe when we look back in a few weeks and you go, what a season that was. Whatever happens the weekend, whatever goes on, whether Halifax will win tonight, whether we make playoffs, whether we don't, what an unbelievable achievement from everyone at the football club who's worked tirelessly to keep the club going, for the consortium to come in and save the club, for the players for what they've done. And I think, as a collective, then everyone should take credit for that. And, to be here fighting on the last day is, fingers crossed we're fighting something on the last day, is credit to everyone.
And it must breed confidence as well, no matter what happens on Saturday, the fact that over the summer you'll have more stability, you'll have freedom with recruitment, you'll have a proper pre-season. You know that you can go into next season with all of that behind you that you didn't always have this season.
No, that's something to look forward to, once we get the takeover done. Obviously there's still stuff that's going on, and we want that done as soon as possible. The consortium are ready, and we want to get on with it and run the club properly, and they're already doing so much that we want to let's go, we want to move, but we still got to be guarded, obviously, but we want to be able to work normally on a level playing field with everyone else.
It was great to see Callum Pals back on Saturday. It was great to speak to him as part of media duties today, see the energy that he brings to everything he does. So will we see any of the other players that have missed out through injury back for the final game?
Possibly. The Crowther's still out, so Nor's done a little bit of training, but whether he's ready for Saturday we're not sure, but we're pretty similar in terms of squad and what we've got, and we'd pick a team that's we think's right for the game.
Is Nor going to need an operation? Or?
We're not sure yet. He's still got to see a specialist about it, to see what way to go with it, but I think that'll come after the weekend when he speaks to the specialist.